Hello and welcome to another episode of the Electric Norwegian. I'm Mats. This time with a Mercedes EQC. There's nothing new about that. The car isn't even particularly new, but we're towing. We're towing a Knaus caravan behind us. It weighs around 1400 kilos, which is what, around 3,000 pounds, roughly, a bit less. We're gonna go to Oslo with it, and we are, let's see, zeroing out this strip meter here and see how this thing goes. We are almost fully charged. Those of you that have followed for a while know I love the EQC. It's quiet, it's refined, it's comfortable, it's powerful, all those things you want from a car, after all. Never towed a caravan before, towed a lot of trailers, so this is going to be interesting. I'm also very interested in watching the consumption numbers, because normally you just slice the expected range in two, and this has an expected range now of 350 kilometers roughly. That's what the GOM says, so say 150 maybe, but that's okay for now. Now we're going downhill, still doing 85. I mean, I have the Porsche Boxster, and the cruise control on that is sort of, the variation of it is, I'm always surprised, because in this one and in an EV, because you have the regenerative, you have much tighter control on your speed. Even with the trailer on now, it just doesn't matter. It's just, you sit here you're being lulled a little bit back and forth by the trailer, and it's comfortable and quiet, and this kind of car, because it's so comfortable and the suspension is so soft, you just sort of, everything around you sort of slows down, and you get so tired, you just want to sleep. It's, oh yes, it's just amazing. And the range isn't devoured in that particularly dangerously quick way. It's not scary. We've done almost half an hour now, done 28 kilometers. Consumption has sort of leveled out at 420 watt hours, which actually isn't that bad. That's not bad at all. I still remember the P8 Volvo, the XC40 we had out on a very wet autumn day on the motorway. That was running, I don't remember exactly, around 300, 320 or something like that. So 420 towing 1400 kilos of caravan behind you, that's not bad at all. I was towing with the Model 3 a year ago, I think, and the registered, I don't remember exactly, I have to go back and check, but that was just a trailer. It was a closed trailer, sort of a boxy thing, but still, that didn't weigh nearly as much as this does. I think it weighed around half as much as this. So, but of course this has 400 horsepower and 700 Newton meters, so it just doesn't, you can pull small planets using this thing. I must say, I do think the ergonomics in the Mercedes are better than in the Beamer. I'm not saying this is better than the latest I drive, I'm just saying the ergonomics, for me at least, works out better. Also, I think maybe better than the Mercedes. I don't think you have the same level of customization of the dials though. I haven't delved deep into that yet, but yeah. So around 400 watt hours, we're at 78% of battery. But I understand now why caravanners have those big mirrors, because you don't this is not a very big caravan. It isn't that much wider than the car, so I would imagine it's about 2.3 meters wide. so I can sort of see around it, but you always end up stretching, trying to watch around the corner. But it's okay. It's okay. So we have, I don't know how long we have left to go, about an hour I guess, roughly, maybe a bit more. Gonna have to cross most of, a good part of Oslo on the ring road, because we're going to Bogstad camping. So I have to go through the tunnel and everything with this, oh my word. But this as a something to pull with is just fabulous. It's just so comfortable and refined, and yeah, I'm surprised at how much motion there is in the car from the wagon. But that said, this is a single axle wagon now. If it had been on two axles on a bogie, it probably would have been a lot more. You would have less transfer of motion from the wagon to the car. But it's not a problem. It doesn't really matter. You just notice it from time to time. Now we got the nav running, and it says we're gonna arrive at the campsite with 64%. It's so nice to have a car with navigation that actually tells you these things. It's and you can, oh well, you don't need to. Yes, actually I want that as an EV driver, because it's an electric car. It gives me peace of mind. That said, I don't know if that takes into account the trailer. Probably doesn't. But yeah, still, a rough estimation. And then we're going along the fjord now, along the on the outside of the city, so it's not going to be any high speeds. So either way, it's not going to devour energy in the same way that would have done on, say, the motorway, for instance. So it may be off by a little bit, but not that much. Yeah, comfortable. I had to faff around a little bit with the nav, but that wasn't the nav's fault. That was, I got two. When I searched on the name of the campsite, I got two search results, and they're both in Oslo, and they're different parts of it. And I had to double check with Google Maps that I was actually going to the right place, and I was, so it's okay. Because I'm not that familiar in the city after all. I know what the campsite, I've heard of it, but I don't know exactly where it is. But you know, this is an old car now. When I say old, in the EV space, it's sort of what, 3 years old now? Roughly? Maybe 4. It's been around for a while, but it's still, unlike the original Ioniq and a lot of other stuff, it's sort of, it doesn't go far enough, and it's sort of fallen behind a bit. This hasn't. You have all the power you ever need. You have you're comfortable. You have the range. It does somewhere between now with this trailer, it maybe does 200 kilometers. I don't really know. Easily do 400 kilometers in this one, and you don't really need more than that, because you have to stop and do stuff anyway. And you plug in and you charge. It's not really. Yeah, it's okay. I will get a test in the one of the new EQs, either the S or the E. I haven't decided yet, really. So at some point, we arrived with 58% left in the battery, and we have been on the road for 1 hour and 37 minutes, driven 80 kilometers, had an average consumption of 363 and an average speed of 50 kilometers an hour. So yeah, I love the Merc. You can see here, these things are a little bit, yeah, but apart from that, I mean, the leather and the Alcantara and the seats. It's really nice. And not much drama either, actually. So, wonderful. Well, now I'm back home again. Sorry I didn't have time to make some video going back because it's just all very busy. I had to charge on the way back, but then the car had been running all day. But the Mercedes, the range with the wagon on 150 to 200 kilometers, I would imagine. Very nice car to pull with. You have plenty of power and torque. And the wagon is the Knaus Südwind 460. It's a good wagon. It's not too wide and not too long, and it's spacious enough, full of clever little ideas inside, comfortable. A good wagon for 2 people, maybe 3 in a pinch, but it depends on what you do when you're on your vacation. It costs around 33,000 euros, at least roughly. And I liked it a lot. I almost want to become a camper. I had to charge going back, simply just as a precaution. And then you have to unhitch, which is a bit of a faff, but not really very difficult. It's something you do very quickly. And there's one problem though with the Mercedes. The tow hook. It's sort of integrated, and there's very little clearance from the hitch to the car itself, so you sort of have to get uncomfortably close when you're backing up to hitch on the wagon, and you can't see the tow hook in the backup camera, which is really annoying because that's something I'm used to do, and it's a nice guide. It's a brilliant thing to have, actually. But I guess it's not the end of the world, really. So yeah, I like the wagon. It was a nice place to be. I like the car, so thank you to Andresen for lending me the car. And thank you to Ferda for lending me the wagon. It really is the place to go if you want anything to do with camping, caravans, camplets, anything like that, because they do know their business. And again, I'm sorry if this video came a little bit disjumbled. It was simply very, very hectic. But I do hope you enjoyed it. Do give it a like or a comment or share it if you know someone who's curious about this. And take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.